started it. But it's supposed to flow through us. Look at 1 John 4, 11 and 12. It says, dear friends, and you know, John talks about this. Dear friends, since God so loved us, right? So there is meant to emphasize the magnificence of his love, sort of its other nature. So then, he says, we also ought to love one another. No one has ever seen God. Lock in on this, y'all. Listen. But if we love one another, God lives in us, and his love is made complete in us. So nobody's ever seen God, but oh wait, listen, come here, listen. When you love other people like God has loved you, it's like they see God. Whew. Right? That's powerful. That they're seeing, and we talk all the time, and you know, it's like church language to say we get to be Jesus' hands and feet, right? We get to serve him. We talk about that all the time. Well, one of the ways that's made most manifest is when I love other people, they are seeing the nature of God in me, because the nature of God is what? Love, right? We just talked about that. So they're seeing that flowing out of me, and in that way, they are seeing who God is. You know, here's a humbling truth. Without God's love, we wouldn't know how we should truly love others. You say, well, wait a minute, Nick. I think I could love others if I didn't have a relationship with God. I could love other people. Yeah, you could love other people. That's true. But I'm talking about how we are really supposed to love others when we know God. It's a different way. And it comes back to what we've talked about briefly this morning. But when I recognize how much I've been forgiven by God's grace and how much he's afforded me when I didn't deserve it, it is that kind of love that I'm then tasked to share with people when they are at their most unlovable. That's a different kind of love. The regular kind of love is, you be nice to me, I'll be nice to you, you love me, I'll love you. If you don't, I'll be mean, right? If you don't do what I want you to do, you can't expect me to do what you want me to do. That's regular old love, okay? That's different than what we are called to as Christ followers. None of us will get this right all the time, but this is our calling. That we would say, Lord, as you have loved me, so as unto others, I will love them, right? I will do the same. When Jesus gave this revolutionary idea in the New Testament that we would love our enemy, you know, that blew people's minds. It's like, what are you talking about? How am I going to do that? Why? As a matter of fact, why would I do that? They're my enemy. Well, the whole idea was meant to convey the other nature of God and the other kind of way he loves us and how that's supposed to be made manifest in the life of Christ followers. And I'm going to find a way to love you when I don't want to. I'm going to find a way to love you when you are unlovable. That's not easy. That's not easy, but that's the calling. And all of this comes because we serve one who has done everything for us. And all he asks for us in return is not that we would earn it, but that we would live like we know what he's done. I mean, it's really as simple as that. Like if I really recognize everything God has done for me, why would I want to treat someone unkindly? Why would I not want to go out of my way to try to love and show them grace? When I really recognize how good God has been to me, why wouldn't I want to just be extremely, like return that goodness to somebody else that needs it? If it's really changed me, if I really recognize what he's done, man, I can't keep that to myself. And all of this comes back to, I told you we'd come back to this in the second point, at the end of verse 10, back there in 1 John 4, verse 10. Talks about Jesus becoming our atoning sacrifice. And that's a little bit of kind of church language that maybe we don't all recognize, but to atone for something is basically to make right. And so Jesus atoned for my sin. What I was due was the payment or the penalty for my sin. Because God is holy, yes, his nature is love, but his nature is also holy. It is perfect. And because I messed that up, humanity messed that up with our own sin, things had to be made right. Sin could not go unpunished. Now, what you might think of any other, like a creator, the creator could just say, well, I'm just going to punish everybody because they all messed up. But instead, what the one true creator did was say, I'm not going to do that.